Welcome back to another episode of Let's Chat Podcast, y'all. I am your host, JoJo.
And I'm Zyra.
Ooh.
We're drinking Al Malta over here.
Goya Malta all the time.
I said that mad
like,
weird.
Oh, what? It sounded like you said Al Malta.
I know.
I'm like, what is that?
For people who don't know, it's just a drink, and it's called Malta Goya.
There's another brand, but
it's just like soda.
Are you the type of person who like cares about brands?
Girl, you know I don't care. Store whatever is cheaper. Give me the cheapest option.
Sometimes sometimes it's really not worth the cheap option though, because then you get beat on the taste. Sometimes it does make a difference. I will not lie. Sometimes it does.
Yeah, I know, but like for the most part, I be going for the store brand.
Yeah, I mean,
the times are tough.
Listen, it's a how is that? When like you're like you have trauma from childhood when your parents didn't let you get shit. Yeah. And now you're older and you're like, I'm gonna get whatever the fuck I want. And my parents never would let me get. Yeah, mm-hmm. So I'm gonna get the expensive shit. Like I work hard. I'm gonna buy.
Give me the dupe. I'm a dupe girl. Even hold on, let me show you. I got this Stanley cup, but it's not really a Stanley cup. It's a Stanley dupe.
Everybody got this.
I'm not paying. Is $50? No, I'm not paying. I'm not paying that much money for a fucking cup.
Listen, one thing about me, I'm gonna spend the big bucks on food and a good time. But when it comes to like material shit, nah. You can miss me. Yeah, I'm here for the cheap, like, or just nothing at all. Yeah. But she's like a super duper big headed gadget person. Like,
oh, I thought you was gonna say something else.
No. She's like OD, like about gadgets. She kind of reminds me of my mom when you do that. Like, she be on Amazon buying all types of shit. Like, look, I bought this, and this is what I'm going to utilize it for. And I'm like, okay, go ahead. You don't need it, but go ahead.
I need it.
You will find a need for it.
I need it.
You will find it. But I almost had a heart attack. Real quick, I wanted to share this with you because I don't think I told you either. I almost had a heart attack last week when I was editing last week's episode. Because when we had started the episode, we had like technical difficulties somewhere. Something stopped. Oh, the camera was tripping, and the camera stopped in the middle of our intro. And we were like, it was a bomb ass intro, whatever. So we're like, what the fuck? So I stopped recording, and we like kind of redid the intro. And I had a heart attack because I thought I didn't say ooh at the end of like.
Really?
Yeah. I was like,
did you say it this time?
Yeah, I just said it. Now at this point, I think it's just is a habit. Like I didn't like realize. It just comes out at this point. It's muscle memory to the tongue. Mm-hmm. But that day I was tripping because I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to use a piece of the last clip that we weren't using because I got fucked up because there's no way that I didn't say ooh.
Oh my lordy.
Yeah. It's
but you did.
But I did. But I was stressing. Whatever. Sometimes it does that to me. Yeah. But what's the juice?
So this weekend we went to my cousin's quinceanera. She turned 15 and we had this big party because as y'all know, for Hispanic people, quinceanera is like a big deal. Like we was dressed up, like we was going to a red carpet, long dresses. Like me and my family were matching. Not intentionally, but it was like...
Yeah, that shit was... I was like, hold up. So there was a dress code? Like there was a color coordination or something? Because
I think it just magically happened. Like me and you wore green. My mom wore green. Mm-hmm. My sister wore black. And we kind of wore black too. Yeah. And then my other sister wore burgundy. So we were matching. And my dad and my brother were wearing black. All of that. So it was fun. There's so many things that comes with like a quinceañera. Like there's a lot of little things in the party that I was asking Jojo, like, oh, like, did you do this or have you done that? I never had a quinceañera. I didn't want one. All I did was take pictures and we did go on vacation instead. I just wasn't like a big party person and I didn't want to do the dances and all of that, even though I've had to do dances for like cousins. But yeah, it was fun. What did you think of it?
I had a wonderful time. First of all, I had a sweet 16. I didn't have a quinceañera because to my mom, it was like,
oh,
like
my
you're
Lord.
Americanized. We're not NPR. Like, we're not doing that. And I was like hella tight about it. I really wanted a quince, and whatever. I ended up had to wait a year. We did it as a sweet 16. I don't think it was that traditional.
Well, yeah, sweet. I feel like a sweet 16 is different.
Yeah and no.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for the most part, I kind of wanted to keep it the same. I think a part of me wanted it traditional, and a part of me didn't want it traditional, also because I think that I wasn't that heavily in tune with like the feminine version of me. Like, not that. I mean, I just think in that time, quinces were seen as like that really, like that era of growing into like womanhood, and what womanhood was in that time for me growing up was just like embracing such femininity that I didn't have, or like that I wasn't open with yet. So I wanted to kind of keep things like relaxed and comfortable for me. I did wear a dress and all that shit, but I don't know that I did all the traditional things down to the T. But all in all, it was nice seeing it at her cousin's party. Everybody was like crying and shit. It's kind of funny though, because you know when you throw a party, at least like in a Spanish family, when you throw a party, it's everybody's party. It's not just like it's your party and I'm just gonna show up. It's everybody's party. Now everybody has a responsibility in this party. Like,
and it could get so annoying.
Yeah, like somebody's in charge of something. God. Like, you're not just. It's not just the party throwers like job. So I was seeing that and I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like,
yeah, we was giving attitude.
Yeah, it's like everybody's on edge. At this point, everybody can't wait till this party's over. But all in all, it turned out really well. We had bomb-ass pictures. The location of where it was nice. It was by the water.
You know, we missed the professional pictures, though?
Yeah, I'm sure. I feel bad because, like, when it comes to having to put out money, it's just like, damn.
Yeah, well, that's their fault.
But I just showed up. Like, I'm going where y'all going. So it was kind of nice to not be like in that sense of like pressure.
You're just a guest.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just going where y'all going.
Yeah, but you met a lot of people, like a lot of my family that you haven't met before.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm always talking to her about them. So it was nice for you to finally meet them.
Yeah.
And I feel like I could have had exaggerated certain characteristics of them, but I feel like once the liquor hit, then you saw what I was talking about, right?
What's the liquor hit?
Oh my god, yeah. They're big partiers.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I fit right in.
For sure. I feel like the whole quinceañera party thing, that could be like a whole podcast of its own. But I have heard that like there's like some people see it in a negative light. Like quinceañeras, they see it as like why are they like selling their daughter? Like it's like there's like some history behind it, and I may be making this up, but like some people just don't like the idea of it, like all the things that you have to do in it with the dress, because you look like you're about to get married. Literally, like some people wear white dresses. My cousin had like a blue dress, but like it's giving you're about to get married and you're a little 15-year-old girl. But that's besides the point. If you guys follow us on Instagram, I wore a dress and Jojo wore a suit. How did you feel wearing a suit? Because the last time that we got really dressed up like that, I wore a suit and you wore a dress.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Wow. It's the switch up for me. Okay, so believe it or not, that's my first time wearing an all-out full-blown suit. I've dressed formally before, where I've like maybe had on some dress pants and like maybe a button up or like a half zip, but I've never worn a full-blown tailored suit. So I was excited and nervous at the same time wearing that suit, because I know I was going to look fly or whatever. But I don't know, I think a part of me still kind of just sometimes wonder what people think when they see me.
They think you look fly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know that, but sometimes, you know, it can be a hit or miss, because you're like, yeah, I know I look fly, and people are gonna be like, damn. For the most part, I've been very like lucky enough to have people, you know, be kind to me and you know, show me respect and stuff. But sometimes I feel like, you know, there's a little hate in the back, you know, or, you know, some shit talking. And I feel like as a female, when I present more masculine, the thought of like, you know, what men think about me only bothers me in the sense of like them being haters. I don't know how else to put it, but that's why I think that's also like that associates why I don't like the word dyke, because like you have some men who just throw shade at women who are masculine presenting. You could be gay without having to look like a guy and try to make that association of my masculine presentation to me wanting to be a guy, and that's not it at all. So I was telling her that day I felt good. But I was a little nervous at first. One, because I'm meeting a whole bunch of people that I don't know. Two, like, I'm your girlfriend. So it was like, holy shit. I mean, everybody pretty much knows about me. Yeah. And, you know, but like, this is your first time bringing a girl around, and it's just like, wow, the pressure is.
To a big family party.
Yeah. So I'm just like, there was a lot of things.
There was family there from DR.
Yeah. It was a lot of things. It wasn't like a just like regular family party where I could just show up and like, I don't know. It was very formal, and I was just like, oof. But whatever. So I was telling her, I was like, it's funny because some of the male family members that she had that I met and, you know, was introduced to, they like had to like handshake me or like dab me up type shit. And it was weird for me. Like, if I don't really know you, and I want to keep that distance, I'll handshake you. That's no problem. But, you know, at least in the Spanish, like, like as
setting,
yeah, the greeting is different. Like, obviously, hug and a kiss, whatever. But I don't know. I just noticed that some of the guys acted a little bit more, like they just gave me the what's up, handshake, and I was like, I don't like that. Like,
they swear she's one of the guys.
Yeah, like I don't. So at first I was like, damn, like that's kind of weird. Like, I'm still a girl. Like, you know, treat me like a girl. So I told her, I was like, that was a little weird, but after that it was just like, all right, it's cool. Like, I was giving people hugs. I gave people hugs when I left. I was like, I'm a hug you because, you know, we family at this point. But like, so don't ever dab me up again in your life. Don't give me a handshake. Like, I am not. I mean, but I also, not that I took offense to it. I understood it because I feel like men usually don't know how to handle masculine presenting women. Because they're like, I don't know if I'll offend her if I give her a hug. Like, is she comfortable with that? Or does she want me to handshake her, you know?
Yeah. I feel like they go through the safe route depending on how you know, how you dress.
Right.
Because if one of my family members coming up to me with the handshake thing, is just, I'll look at the hand because I'm not.
Yeah, it's like, what you want me to do with that?
I don't do that.
So I don't know. I didn't like, again, it wasn't like an offense. I understood it. Like, I was like, they're just trying to play it safe because they don't really know me and they don't know like what I'm comfortable with. So I understand it. But at the same time, like, I'm quick to be like, I'm gonna hug you because that's what we doing.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying I'm a hugger for everybody, but you know, I don't have a problem. Like, if I fuck with you, like, I'm gonna hug you. We're cool. Like, I don't got no problem sharing my space a little bit.
Yeah.
But I do think that's something that we do go through, is like how people interact or like how they approach us. More masculine presenting women,
for sure.
But
I think they just got to be around you a little bit more, and then they'll see the feminine side.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, because like, listen, we know I got a little in me. Just because I look a certain way don't mean, you know, I don't know. But that's also with the idea that masculinity is gender based, you know. People think that it's a male trait, and it's not. Yeah. It like masculinity has no gender, and we keep saying that, just like femininity has no gender. But that's just what we're taught to believe, you know, over the years, and that's changing so much dramatically, and I love that.
Yeah, it is. People are getting with the times.
Mm-hmm. Even with I had sent her TikTok. Literally, when we were talking about it, I think our phones be listening to us. Mm-hmm. Right after me and her were talking about that, I seen a TikTok of some girl. I wish I knew her name, but she posted a video saying basically saying she's a masculine presenting individual, and that when she sees another masked female, they be trying to dab her up, and she's like, what the fuck I'm supposed to do with that? Why do what are we doing? I don't know how to dab. Just because I'm masculine presenting don't mean I'm out here dabbing people up. And she's just like, I'm so awkward and weird with it. She's just like, I mean, I'm not a hugger either, but I'm not finna dab you up.
Yeah. But she said she would rather hug than do the dab.
Yeah, she's just like, what is this? We are not the boys. Leave that for the boys. And I started laughing because I literally was just talking to her about that. And I was like, that's so funny. Because even as masculine presenting women, we do it to each other. We're like, what's up? Oh, Lord. And I actually experienced that with meeting other masculine
really?
presenting women. Yeah. They'd just be like, yo, what's up? And at first I give them the what's up, but by the end of the night, bitch, you gonna hug me because, if we just spent the whole night getting litty together, all right. Unless I ain't like you, but that's not, But I think we try to not we, because I don't, like to do that always, but I'm here for my distance. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't feel like that has to be the greeting every time, Mm-hmm. But to each his own. If that's what you like, that's what you like.
Right. So the other thing I want to talk about was that I had posted this video of my parents dancing with JoJo, and the caption said, point of view, you grew up thinking your strict Hispanic parents will never accept you after coming out, and now you see them on the dance floor with your girlfriend. And it blew up a little bit on TikTok.
A little bit? What? First of all, imagine coming out of work, right? Banging out 16 hours. And you're like, let me go on TikTok. And you see that? Crying. It's too early for me to be crying. Why are you being cute? But I thought it was the cutest thing ever. And actually, it got some juice. Mm-hmm. It got some love. But how do you feel about that? How did you feel when you saw that? I mean, I remember the moment.
Yeah.
I remember the moment her parents were dancing. And her mom be eyeing me. I love her mom. We're still working on the communication part, but I know that she loves me. And that's all that matters. But they were dancing, and I was like, ooh, let me get in here. And then we were just dancing. I don't know. I was like,
she really got in there.
I was having too much fun there that night. But I really got in there. I was like, I'm not scared. That's it. I'm here. I made it to the quinceanera. I'm family. Yeah. I'm locked in. It's over.
OMG.
I don't care. So I was like, I'm gonna get in here, and I did. And they were mad cute.
Yeah, it was a really good memory that I was able to catch on camera. Mm-hmm. And when I really posted that, I really got emotional. My eyes were watering. Mm. I don't know if it was because of the sound. I don't know. Probably just a mixture of everything. But it was sad because, when I go to the comments, a lot of comments, right? But, some of the top comments were, I wish this was the case for me, or, maybe one day, or, I hope this is the outcome. Somebody was like, how long did it take? So it's just sad because I feel
a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah, it's sad because I feel like we're on gay TikTok, so I feel like we see this normally, and we're around a lot of gay people, and their families are cool with them. We don't see the bad side of it, not so much anymore. Mm-hmm. But there's still a lot of family members that don't fuck with that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's a scary thing. Again, I feel like I've mentioned this before. I think that we've been very lucky, which I'm very grateful for, to have parents that even when they feel like they can't accept it, that they can respect it. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to say tolerate it, but they respect the fact that your life is your life. Mm-hmm. And they're not here to beat the book on you, Mm-hmm. They answer for themselves, we answer for ourselves, and that's it. Mm-hmm. So I can say that we're lucky to have parents like that, but at the same time, I've seen people who don't have that, and it sucks, and it's sad, but again, you just kind of learn to go on without having that support and building that support elsewhere. So I think that that's where we need to like be here for each other, if you have a gay friend, queer friend, anybody within the community, whether you're an ally or not, we got to be there for each other. So a lot of people don't have that support. So if you see somebody who don't got that, lend that hand.
Mm-hmm. Be that support.
Yeah.
Let's get into today's topic. So I wanted to talk about lesbian slang and like lesbian terminology. We've done an episode or two like this, but I was telling her like we have to be with the times, because every year or like every few months there's just like new words, and we just want to talk about it and just be with the times. So
yeah, I kind of can't keep up with the new words.
No, we got to keep up with Gen Z.
And another thing is like we're kind of just like the pronouns. I think that they're still, I don't want to say new. Obviously, it's been a thing for a little while now, and people are like understanding it and getting into it. But we're still not perfect at it. And when somebody said something about the Sam Smith thing.
Yeah, I honestly didn't know that Sam Smith went by they, them.
Yeah. We don't know everybody's pronouns. When we talk about certain people, I get it. Sometimes you got to just take the time and educate yourself a little bit more. But also, they're famous as fuck, so we don't know. But, it's still a work in progress for us.
Yeah, but these things should be easy. And I feel like more than half of the people listening to this probably already know this shit. Yeah. All right. So have you heard of the lesbian slang? Do you listen to Girl in Red?
See, but
have you heard of it?
No.
You've never heard of Do You Listen to Girl in Red?
No.
That means...
No, because why does that mean anything?
Babe, Gen Z and TikTok, they come up with this shit. I don't know.
Like, nobody just want to be like, yo, you like girls?
No, yeah. So basically, it's a reference to like a popular lesbian singer. And basically, it's asking you if you're gay, if you're a lesbian. So if somebody was to ask you, do you listen to Girl in Red? And you say yes, then you're saying that you're a lesbian. Even though if someone were to ask me that and I didn't know about this, I'd be like, who the hell is that? Never, don't know her.
That's not even...
I maybe know one song.
But is that a song, or is that who the artist is called?
The artist is called Girl in Red.
Oh. Do you listen to Girl in Red? Ask me if I listen to Jessie Reyez. And I'm going to tell you, duh, I love her. That's my baby. And then I'm gay.
Or like maybe do you listen to Kehlani? I don't know. I feel like that would be a better reference. But I do know a lot of straight people who listen to her, obviously.
Yeah. What is it? I'm trying to think of another like female gay artist that we have.
Haley.
I don't forget her last name, but she's been kind of not around. You listen to Baby Miko?
Yeah.
Because she'd come up right now.
She really is.
I actually fuck with her. I
fuck with her too. But she's one of those people, even straight people listen to her.
Yeah.
But whatever. Moving on. We all know about like the Pillow Princess. We've talked about it before. But basically, if you are called a pillow princess, that means that you like to receive. However,
that is a sexual reference.
Yeah, like receive in bed.
Preference.
However, I do want to say that sometimes this could be like a insult.
Why is it an insult?
Sometimes, like I feel like sometimes people, if that's your preference and that's what you like in bed, then that's your preference. But some people don't want to always be the one giving. They want someone who gives as well.
Oh, so you're saying like in terms of the person that they're dealing with?
Yeah.
If you're with someone who's a pillow princess.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the other?
Someone also said pillow queen.
I've never heard of that one.
The same thing.
Right. It's just, bitch, I'm not a princess. Verses, right?
Yeah.
A verse? See,
that's like a switch.
That's a switch, yeah. So like I've always heard of like, oh, like I'm a switch, or like I guess like both, you know, top and like usually you're a top or you're a bottom, top and bottom, or a switch. But
there's like so many things to it. I'm gonna include a link in the description. I didn't go over all of them, but they have like power bottom or power top, some shit like that.
Oh, it gets into
that's like what the gays
now they square root in fucking labels. Like I can't when it's not enough to be top and bottom, you got to get into
power.
Like, yeah, the nitty gritty. Oh shit. Yeah, but girl. Yeah, versus I didn't know that was a thing until maybe within the last year or so, and I'm like, what? Okay.
It's because some gay men use these terms obviously way more than us. So, all right, another one, alphabet mafia.
That's actually hard.
That's hard?
Yeah.
If someone were to ask you, are you part of the alphabet mafia?
You part of the mafia? Yes.
For people that don't get it, you know how it's like LGBTQIA and ABCDEFGH. Like it's just like basically making fun of the fact that we kind of we're using like all the letters of the alphabet. Yeah. And yeah, it just talks about like the acronym of like LGBTQ.
I'm part of the lesbian. How do you be saying it?
What?
That when they spell it with a bean.
Yeah, there's like lesbian.
Les dollar bean. I'm part of the les dollar bean.
Yeah, it's spelled LESBEAN. And I think that started because like sometimes when you write like lesbian, things could get censored for whatever reason. Like what's going on here? So people had to like be creative. So they started writing it funny.
You just can't say nothing legit and then wonder why I talk in so much slang.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. Another one that we've talked about before, but stud and stem. These are obvious, but stud and stem are only for black women. But some people say that it's for POC. I don't know, and I don't make the rules, and I'm not about to Google it. But just so everybody knows. All right, so doppelbanger?
Doppelbanger or doppelganger? Hold up.
Doppelbanger.
What is doppelbanger? I've never heard of that.
DOPPLEBANGER.
I've heard of doppelganger.
No. Doppelbanger.
But banger? What is the bang?
All right, now you're questioning me, and now I gotta look this up. But I'm pretty sure. All right, it's for someone who is dating another person who looks very similar,
like similar to them.
Yeah. Like, are you sisters or are you cousins?
We actually get asked that often.
I don't know why. Like people are so silly. Are you
guys related? Like, I know I'm fine, but like, come on. I'm not dating somebody who look like me.
I don't know what it is.
I mean, would you though? Would you date someone who look like you? I mean, if you find,
yeah, what's the drama?
I can say that I guess I maybe sometimes find attraction in people who kind of resemble me or like give some type of, you know, I don't know how to say it, but I have been told that
you date people that look like you.
Yeah.
People, you got black hair and people are like, yeah, y'all look alike.
Literally.
Come on,
you got
now.
bushy eyebrows, y'all twins.
Right. But now I really have to see if it's doppelganger, because now you're making me question my notes.
I just really never heard of doppelbanger.
Yes, that's literally like what crazy. It is. It's correct.
Doppelbanger. Yeah. I mean, I guess that makes sense because it's saying that you're essentially you fucking somebody who look like you. Or resembles you. Where, I mean, actual doppelganger just means someone who looks like you.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Interesting.
All right. And then the last one that I wanted to talk about. Have you heard of the term sapphic?
Have I heard of the word sapphic? No.
No?
No.
All right. The definition of sapphic is women and non-binary people who are attracted to women. They may or may not be attracted to other genders as well and may identify as a lesbian, bisexual, pansexual, queer, etc. The term refers to Sappho, a 7th century poet who wrote about her attraction to women. Sapphic can also be used as an adjective. So that outfit is really sapphic. So pretty much the simple definition of it is someone, like a person who's attracted to women. And that's it.
Lost me.
Why did I lose you?
Because once I heard sapphic,
So like the difference between sapphic and lesbians is that lesbians, it's like you're two women, so it's like two women together, and sapphic, since it could be non-binary and all of that crazy stuff. So any person that's just attracted to women.
Oh, it's based upon like non-binary.
Yeah.
More so. Okay.
Okay, but then people also use it as like an adjective.
Don't hit me with adjectives and nouns because I don't know the fucking difference.
No, I listen.
Like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. No, I got a high school diploma, but I never caught on to that shit. Just pass me.
No, but my example, like that outfit looks really sapphic, but I don't know how to use it. Like honestly, I'm not a teacher, so I don't know. I don't know how to give you like a better example of what sapphic people would wear. But whatever. Now we all know what it means, right?
That's very sapphic, but that's saying like, yo, that's mad emo. Like, I don't know. That's just what I hear when you say it.
Right.
Because people say that shit. They be like, yo, bro. Like,
I know.
And I'm just like, all right. But like, to be like, that's mad sapphic. Like, does that mean dope? Or like, what is sapphic supposed to look like?
Someone tells me that, I'm like, I look lesbian. That's it. That's what you're telling me.
I don't know. I think that's the other thing that makes it hard to grasp with certain terminology. Is like, it's used for so many things, and it's like used in so many ways. So it's hard to really like know that this is specified to something,
right?
Because it's never just one thing. It's always a million other things.
I think we make the English vocabulary and language just more difficult than what it has to be. Yeah. But like I said, every year there's new slang and new terms.
Trying to keep up.
And like there's just new way of saying things. For example, we keep calling things her. I was doing my makeup the other day. I'm gonna use this as an example. And she was like, oh my God, like I love her. And it was like a fucking highlight. Like a highlight for me to use on my face. Or like if somebody, oh, I love her. Are you talking about my cup? Like, what are you talking about right now? Because everyone uses her as like a thing, you know,
like instead of just personify the object.
Yeah,
like it's not a fucking person, it's not a her, but if you want it to be.
But I love doing that too though.
Oh, but like I was just about to ask, because I'm just like, when you have like objects and things, and you're like, oh, is it usually like a her or is it like a him?
It's always a her.
Mine's are always hims.
Really?
Yeah. What? Except for my car is a her, and that's a bad bitch.
Okay.
But the bear that you had got me, this like squishy pillow for Valentine's Day, was it?
Yeah.
She got me like this pillow for Valentine's Day, and it's the cushiest thing ever. Anyway, when I get like things like that, they're usually hims. They're my little snuggle buddies.
Yeah, I would call that a him too.
Yeah,
for sure.
Is it because he bald?
It's just a teddy bear, and I just associate that with like men.
Well, I mean, if I associate things with like making it a him, it's usually because it's my gay him. Oh. Every lesbian needs a gay bestie, and you know, I love my gay men. So, do you think that if you were a man, you'd be gay still, or like bisexual, whatever?
You know something? I feel like I would, because I see this often where people who transition are then attracted to what they present or what they transition to, if that makes sense. So like if
they're now attracted to the gender that they are.
Yeah, I'm like, what happened? I mean, I never asked them that.
Happened.
I never asked them that, but
no, I've seen that a lot too, and I'm just like, good for you.
Like, what's going on here? Like, I'm so confused.
Yeah, I think people who don't understand it, and they're like, why? You transition to be this way and then you're dating. But it's just like,
I'm not asking why. I just want to know, like, scientifically, the drugs that you are on, is that the reason why? Because they're on drugs to, like, you know, deep voice, facial hair. So I do think that the drugs have something to do with it. You know, if someone's listening to this and they're transitioning, like, we love to have you on the podcast. There's so many questions, respectably though, obviously, that we have for you. Like this, like right now, we're talking about like what scientifically makes you more attracted to the gender that you transition to. There are more, but we're not going to go over the full list. But I am going to include the link on the description if you want to be up to date and with the times. But yeah, let's get into the family meeting.
Oof, I forgot about that.
Girl, people love that. All right. Question number 1. Is it strange that my current girlfriend is currently living with a friend that she had previously dated but didn't turn serious for 3 months? Is calling my girlfriend babe in text an overstep, or is it friendly? They also regularly voice they are best friends that have just fucked. We also went to a party recently, and the host of the party was a very recent ex-fuck buddy that was sprung on me. So I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable, but she reassured me that everyone else is platonic, and I do trust her, but also kind of feel stupid. Any advice would be amazing. Thank you again for your podcast. This is like such a lesbian thing, honestly. The whole calling your girlfriend babe in text message, though, that's a little interesting. I'm confused about, we also went to a party recently, and the host of the party was a very recent ex-fuck buddy that was sprung on me.
Right.
So you guys are
are both just putting yourself in this.
They're both just around
energy.
Everyone that they fucked. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
That's like such a lesbian thing. Like, that sounds like a movie.
But then I feel like, where did you meet? Because if you met in that, then it's just like, all right.
I mean, I think the living with your friend who you had sex with is a little strange.
I mean, it's a little complicated in the thought of like, all right, well then how recent has it been since you guys fucked? Are you guys still fucking? I'm not saying that people can't just, if it was just for fun, it was just for fun, people can stop. And, you know, if you're with somebody that you actually want to be with, obviously they're not going to keep fucking them. But I also think like, I don't know, the living situation is complicated because I feel like if you really like someone and you're with someone that might make your person feel uncomfortable, you're going to get yourself out of that situation. But again, that's hard because not everyone has somewhere else to go to. But yeah, all you got to do is trust her. I mean, if she gives you a reason not to, then you got your reason. But I think that you just have to be open in terms of like the communication of like, it kind of makes me feel uncomfortable and I do trust you. Like, here's my thing. You can have trust for someone and still kind of feel uncomfortable with something. Just because I trust you doesn't mean I feel like a whole hundred about it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it can still make you feel weird. And I feel like usually when your partner feels some type of uncomfortability or like, you know, confusion, I think that's when you have to just play your part and give them that sense of security. Mm-hmm. Listen, I understand it's not an ideal situation for you and you may feel uncomfortable, but I do want you to know that nothing has happened, nothing's gonna happen, nothing's been happening. And if there's any way that I can continue to make you feel comfortable about the idea of me living with this person, tell me. Like,
right,
you know, most times all we want is just reassurance and for you to like kind of show that you do care. Mm-hmm. What I feel, take my thoughts into consideration, that's all. Mm-hmm. But it shouldn't have to be a blow up either, like, oh well, you know, I told you I didn't like it and yet here we are still doing it. Like, we gotta be for real, y'all.
Yeah,
we have to be a little bit understanding of each other. But
that was good advice.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Next one.
14 years together, married 3 years. My wife left in February. She said that she loved me, but wasn't in love with me. That's always a fear of mine. After 3 weeks of leaving, she told me that she was seeing someone else.
Are you okay? You're taking this so personal.
No, because I can't. Let me regroup. I cut all ties with her, and in April, she messaged me. This is where my roller coaster began. We started talking, video calling, sexting, etc., all while she was living with this person.
Incredible.
This just like keeps spiraling as I continue reading. I'm gonna get to the end, don't worry. 2 weeks into talking, she breaks up with this woman. I stupidly thought we could fix our marriage. Now she tells me, now she keeps telling me that she doesn't want a relationship, that she needs to work on herself, and that she is confused. I feel that I am fighting this battle alone and holding on to something that is not there anymore.
14 years together, and this is what they do to you?
I get that people be like, oh, you know, we associate a lot of time spent with somebody as like, how do you say that? Like
the length of time is like really important.
Yeah. Like it has a value. Like our value is based off of that length of time.
Right. Sometimes it's not the case.
Right. But I think all in all, if there's anything that we need to have, if I've been with you for the last 14 years, is fucking respect.
Yeah.
And I can't okay, you're not in love with me. This is not something you see moving forward. This is not a future you want to continue building. You're entitled to that. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But show some fucking respect. And what I mean when I say that is like a lot of people throw like shade. My point is, if you did it, the world would be at fucking end. The world would be at war. You would be the fucking scum of the earth to this person. But I don't understand why people don't see it on the flip flop, you know? Yeah. Like if I put you in this predicament, you would hate me. So why is it hard for like, you know? Like I just don't get it. People just don't show the same respect. So I think that's a little fucked up. You could have waited a lot longer. She's just stringing
her along. Like she left, then she moved in with somebody, then you guys were talking, video calling, sexting, then she breaks up with this other person, but then she still doesn't want to be with you.
She don't know what she wants. She's
and you old as hell. Like I like 14 years gotta be old. So I'm just like, you don't know what you want.
Like that's you in your teenage era or what?
Or what? Like a midlife crisis or what?
I just feel like she's playing to both sides. It was like she got away. She got something new. She's over what was new because she realized maybe it just wasn't it.
Yeah.
And now she's just pulling the string. It gives me one of those things where people drag people along because they don't want to be alone.
Right.
And it's like, let me go back to something or the person that I know. Like, let me go back to something familiar because that's what's going to hold the space for me until I can find something new or what it is that I want.
Yeah.
And I hate that. I absolutely hate that. I'm very big on respect. And I'm not saying like, oh, you never have to be with somebody. But for me, if we were to part, yeah, I know you're going to eventually go and get with someone else, and I'm going to eventually take course with someone else, but I'm also going to give it time. I get it. Everybody has their own healing time, but I think someone who gets with someone right after their fucking relationship,
that shit happens all the time.
Is like, someone who has fucking issues and is running away from their issues.
Literally. I have met so many people that jump from relationship to relationship.
That don't heal.
No,
you don't they just heal. You don't
dragging the same old shit to the new relationship all the time,
and then wonder why it's not working out because you
don't know what you want. That's a red flag for anyone listening. Like if you dating someone recently and they just broke up with their other person recently, no,
it's just a lot.
It's just drama. Yeah. Like please seek help.
Yeah, but all in all, I think like she's playing, the game and just giving you hope and. It's just not worth it.
Right.
Like, fuck that. It's not hope. It's bullshit. It's dragging you down.
Right.
And as much as it hurts, and I'm sure you don't want to because this wasn't your choice to part ways, you need to hold your distance from that person.
Right. And start the divorce process.
Listen, whatever you want to do, just get, take your time, take your space, and get your own clarity. That's it.
That's all. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe.
Deuce, mother goose.